Warning. The bullshit you're about to hear is going to be explicit. If you have fucked up, horrible feelings about life, skip us. But if you're okay with laughing at yourself and being cool, then cool. Continue watching this fucking video, bitch, and we'll see you at the end when you watch the next one right after or even before. I don't give a fuck. But your mama, she hot. Give her my number so I can give it to Bear. Love you.
Welcome to the Are You Fucking Serious podcast, where we're back in our own states. Season 2, finally. I mean, we made it.
Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. I don't know why I watched this shit.
Too fat. Woo-hoo. Because I think two of us is cute and the other one's alright.
Man, the mystery of... like, I'm not going to sleep tonight because I'm going to be wondering...
Like, what the fuck was he talking about?
Like, who knows? Who was it? Who was it at this time, you know?
Shit.
Oh, man. I'm Concept. The asshole down there, over yonder, is Mookie's.
Lovable asshole, sir.
And then the hype man of the group.
Yeah.
One and only.
Offset.
The man who still supports Death Row Records.
Burr.
It's coming back.
We got
How you come back from death row, nigga? You dead.
I don't know, nigga. I got some Jesus juice, nigga. Came back.
Man, you know, that sounds like some like false ass like testing, like false ass experiment shit. Like I could say that everybody who is on death row lives because I interviewed people who were on death row that are still alive. Because you can't interview dead people.
True that.
Like when people talk about like when we talk about skewing test results, like that's what we're talking about.
Welcome to the hood where everything's on a curve.
Hey, the curve is where it's at though.
Except for the hairline, because
yeah, that shit's gone.
If you have a curve, make sure to send that photo to Bear.
Hey, what if they got that S curve?
Oof. How do they function?
Hold on, no.
I have questions.
That upturn.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's called the He Has Risen.
Hold on, they got that.
It has a name?
Is that like the name of the gay community? Or that's just everybody's community.
I just made that up.
Okay,
I'm about to say, because that sounds kind of prominent. Like, yep, that's it.
like this nigga able to stand up and fuck his belly button at the same time? The hell?
Oh no.
The imagination of it all.
This nigga like some fucking Mario Kart drift fucking bullshit.
Like, you really imagine that? No.
I do. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If you could do that, God bless you.
You still thirsting after some milk. I just want to say, people, when they came down here to visit me, they both fell in love, particularly Concept. He legit felt like deep in love with milk. He was just all Teletubbies. Like Chuck, they both fell in love with Chucky.
Oh yeah, I forgot Teletubbies.
Yeah, they both fell in love with Chucky, and it's to the point they didn't even remember what Chucky was wearing. They thought Chucky was in a Wonder Woman outfit.
It was blue and red, like a fucking Wonder
to.
Woman outfit.
It was overalls, and they had the sleeves.
It was not overall. It was a bodysuit.
On the overall part.
Like straight up.
We were behind her.
Right. Y'all were behind there, and y'all still weren't paying attention.
It's like.
What do you think I was looking at?
To run into like a neon sign.
That's like
shit. Just looking at
like,
the building.
Nah. Yeah, nah.
She has so much ass that literally, her boyfriend was walking behind her, trying to cover so nobody would look, and you could see the sides of both sides of her ass. That's how amazing her ass was. Shout out to you, Chuck.
The crack, ridiculous.
Right. And she was power walking too.
Yeah, so she was switching hard. Like,
so she actually had power in her legs and ass.
How do you expect me to dodge that Pokemon move right there?
Right? bitch, it was over 9,000. Don't even.
Right.
Y'all
She
both
was-
here trying to like catch some shit before y'all go home and everything.
Nigga, she used tail whip. How fate? How did that work?
What happens in the country stays in the country.
Hey, it was effective. Shit.
It was super effective. I wasn't ready.
He wasn't
Man.
ready.
I wasn't ready.
That's how I want to die.
Concept all thought he was coming down to a desert and shit. And like, no.
Legit though. I'm not even. I don't know why I thought that.
If anything, this nigga found everlasting thirst.
I know, right? The Oasis pulls away.
That's what sucks about being pansexual though. Like it's everywhere.
Everybody and everything, basically.
That must be
I
unfortunate.
mean, everybody got
Yeah.
ass.
Like, Bill, you weren't there, but I'm about to take this nigga to the airport. We at the park and I'm leaving, or we're leaving. And he's like, damn, we see a runner. You got ass. Why didn't I see you before I left? Like when I first got out of here.
He wasn't a
Oh,
runner.
man.
He was playing tennis. He was meeting or racquetball. I think. I think that was a racquetball. He was meeting that one guy that was over there. Yeah, he had ass though. He had cakes.
No,
That bitch said, "Let him eat cake," and they were like, "For real."
for real? All right.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Shout out to Picasso Cafe.
Picasso Cafe.
That
So
was brunch. Yeah.
Nah,
The
I want
brunch.
those grits.
That was cow.
I know.
Oh, that's the only thing you care about besides the food. Looking.
All I care about is cow pose. Actually, which one is cow pose? Because I know one of them is like with back up, and then the other one, because it's cat cow is what the pose is called. Which one is cat and which one is cow?
I don't know, but according to you,
Google
they were rocking
time.
that cow suit. They rocking that shit like.
They look good though.
And yes, that is their pronouns there.
Yeah,
now.
that was their pronouns,
Yes.
and it was wonderful.
And I've had them as a waiter before. They just got a personality you might like, you know.
It's about personality.
All right, on that note, what's the topic for today? I'm changing the subject, so I'm not touching that one.
All right, whoever put this on the list, you're gonna have to explain. But I'm my guess, and I'm gonna say who my guess is Mookie's is the one who put this on there because it sounds like you're wording bullshit that might be true.
Yeah.
You have to explain that one.
So that's like, you know, the allegedness that we had growing up where everybody thought Sierra was a man. Shit like that.
Okay, so topic is like rumors of shit that we gullibly believe.
Bullshit that you think is true. Like, you know, we've all heard the story, like random bullshit stories that we know ain't true. Like the fucking Illuminati's type of shit. Some people might think it's real or whatever. But basically, we're just covering the basics saying bullshit that might be true. It could be anything under the rainbow.
Rainbow.
I also like how you're not using the microphone. I got you. Like,
Well, I need to buy the connection for it. So,
oh right, you have to use the C thing.
yeah.
You suck.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Ow.
Well, the first thing I don't understand how any of us actually fell for that, but yeah, Sierra had a dick, or like some. I forgot. I even forgot what the. I've heard
It was
several
that she
different.
went on Oprah and told like America that she was a hermaphrodite. And for those who don't know, look it up. So you know my rule. I don't explain shit to you people. You have to look it up if you don't know. Google, bitch.
And what's kind of crazy though is like y'all think the internet's wild now. Shit, when the
Word of
internet's
mouth is
deceptive,
worse.
you could put anything on there. Like y'all, they talk about virus protection now. Like, don't get me wrong, viruses and Trojans and like hackers nowadays are just on a different fucking wavelength than what they were. But that's because they didn't have to be there when we were younger. But like there was viruses everywhere. Like you actually needed virus guard because your computer just didn't come with a good antivirus software, which viruses were everywhere. LimeWire was a living virus. Let's be honest.
Yep. It was
and-
Pandora's box.
Yeah, and then, like they had was like Napster, and like, there were so many things that were
Yeah, you
unsecured.
get a
But
virus
you could
from
literally
virus.
put out
Hell yeah.
anything on the internet. Like you can do that now, but since there was such little information out there, Like I'm sure like that we saw those pictures like where somebody had a bunch of holes up their arm and in their hand, and they were like, "There's this disease going around."
That was back when Photoshop first became a thing.
Hold on. Blue Awful.
Blue Waffle. Yeah.
Blue Awful.
Yeah.
That's when information was everywhere and nothing was.
Two girls in a glass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like if you think the internet is wild now, man, and it's because we were part of the generation that was in its where it was in its inception. Yeah,
that
like
means that we're technically part of like the Wild Wild West of the internet inception,
Yeah.
basically, as they always
Don't
do.
make me that old. Shit.
No,
we actually are
not.
pretty damn old.
Granted, Concept is 29 now.
Fuck you. Stop putting my age out there. Stop putting out my
Hey.
passwords.
Hey.
My passwords.
My husband is my birthday.
No, but actually though, like if y'all think that like the internet's wild now, man, especially the early to mid 2000s, that's when the shit like hit. Like you had, but that's also when I'll be honest, like you had like places like Miniclip, Newgrounds, like for kids. Like I mean, a lot of those weren't for children, but like if you had a computer, I mean, parental controls really didn't work, like because there was really no regulation on anything, really.
Underground for like, there was a legit DJ
Mm-hmm.
in LA that used to give you like you could download for free like the remixes, or even like new editions of songs that hadn't even came out yet, plus the remixes too. So like if you wanted all the Tell Me When They Go by U40 remixes, he had all of them, but you had to grab them quick because they wouldn't be up there that long. But literally you'd be like a shit ton of crap, and all you had to do was just like have an email account and then download that shit and then burn it on a CD, because that's what you had to do back in the day.
And the other side of it is everybody talks about like and jokes about it now, but like Nigerian prince, like those types of scams, those are legit, and people would actually answer them, especially older people who are just getting on the internet and
They
just
still
getting to understand it.
like that.
Yeah, and there's still people that do it, and there's some people that fall for it, but it really was a thing.
It was.
It was a huge thing, because here in America, like I mean,
Oh my God!
we have
chain letters.
some regulations, but outside of the U.S., none, absolutely zero on the internet. So if you end up having internet, you could have been powerful.
I remember the chain letters when it first came out.
Fuck chain letters, bro.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Hold
like
on, no,
send it to
remember
10
that-
people, or you're gonna be cursed
Yeah.
forever, or
And
your
it got
baby's
worse
gonna
when they
die.
started like doing like the text messages.
Oh.
There's 10 people. They're like, bro, why the fuck did you say this shit to me? Like, nah.
Right.
Understand?
That was bullshit that I knew wasn't true. Like, I was like, no. Like, as a kid, though, you believe that if you stepped on a crack, you broke your mama's back. You stepped on a line, you broke your mama's spine.
Mhm.
So then, as a kid, if she like made you mad, you go outside and step on one of them. And like, how's your back feel now?
Well, first of all, I didn't do all that. That was just you, boo.
I didn't do it either. I love my
Yes,
mama.
kids.
I love
But-
my mama. Shit.
What I was gonna say is, it's like, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, like, there was all that shit. Like, it's fucking crazy to think about. Like, think now, like, the shit that we had to, like, essentially go through and understand, like, the way shit loads now, how fast it loads. Y'all think what happened to wait for Instagram for 3 seconds is a long ass time. Motherfucker, we just have to wait for files for 3 years.
Right.
And I was
Hold on. You remember when your fucking PC would go through an update?
Oh,
You go to sleep with that shit, wake up the next morning. And
that shit like 50%. Like, God damn it.
I didn't have one. I didn't have a computer until like high school, so I didn't really have to deal with that. I mean, we couldn't afford one, because that's the other side of it too. Being in like the generation that we're a part of, people don't understand that when you're a kid from the hood, you're one generation behind the current generation, because you can't afford the good shit that this generation is on. Like
Right.
nowadays, people are kind of caught up in a sense, but even then, let's say like I have like a Samsung Galaxy, like one of their main ones, their top tier ones. Some people now have Samsung whatever, but it's one of the lower tier ones, so it gives you the appearance that you're
or
on.
you're
the
on
same
Metro
level.
PCS.
Mhm.
And you'll sit in a group text message, that shit sends to like 2 separate messages and shit. It's like, bro, answer the group message.
Hey, my bill is cheap as fuck. I don't give a shit.
Oh my god! What's so
Oh,
crazy is that
shit.
I'm surprised your phone hasn't just melted from the lack of signal. Like,
It's all right.
Oh,
It'll be fine.
but that, yeah, I mean, it's just that's what people don't understand. Is like, for example, like I didn't have a computer growing up. That not until I was in high school, and even then, my mom didn't understand like half the shit. She put parental controls on there saying that I couldn't use the computer after 9 p.m. But I'm still writing papers after 6 p.m. Like, so.
nigga, you sneeze like a bitch.
They can't do like that on the phone. So.
I know that was compressed as fuck.
It was real tough. It was real tough.
But you know, on that same vein, like, so besides the Sierra thing, because we could probably just focus on just the shit, the two, like, in the internet's inception. Like, what are the other things that you heard about, at least, you know, that were even kind of remotely believable?
Well, like, you know, before YouTube kind of got like as crazy as it is now, we'd have like especially like when we were in high school and everybody was obsessed with the Illuminati at that time. And so you had like the hundred. I literally remember going to work during my internship in high school, my sophomore and junior year, going to work. And this dude would literally bring me in his office and we would sit there for fucking, and he was like a supervisor too, sit there for fucking hours watching like Illuminati videos and shit like that, listening to like stories about Middle Earth being real and how this pilot flew a plane and it like went into Middle Earth and where he was and shit like that. It was just fucking,
Oh, you know what? First of all,
Right.
and on that same vein, so most people don't know this. Before Google owned YouTube, it was made by another company. People don't realize that. And Google bought YouTube. Before that, when YouTube first came out, YouTube just had random shit. Like, and this is before the conspiracy theories and everything. This is before the crazy shit. YouTube just had whatever videos on there that people just found the website and put videos on there. And YouTube had porn on it. I remember like we accidentally stumbled onto it because we were watching just random stuff because we found Dragon Ball GT or something. It was something that somebody uploaded, like an episode that we hadn't seen. Me and my cousin were working for the summer doing hours for one of our scholarships, and we were doing like scanning books in for the new system because again we didn't have a system. That's how old we are. And so we were the ones scanning them in, but we were like, let's listen to some music, let's watch some TV, whatever. We looked online. We ended up finding, you know, Dragon Ball GT episode, and it auto-played something else, the next thing on the list. But this is before algorithms were smart. So it literally played a porno. And literally the only reason why we found out, because we're over here scanning books and typing the numbers in, because you have to do it manually. And all we hear is, oh, damn, you's a nasty bitch. And it was a gang of black dudes. It was a gang of black dudes and one white chick. And literally, the guy had his balls in his hand. It was like fucking the girl with his balls, not his dick, his balls.
oh shit.
Y'all think the internet's wild now.
Yeah.
So I was like,
This was YouTube.
At least by the time like by the time I got to high school, we got to high school, that shit was better regulated in terms of shit like that. But yeah, like hours just sitting up there watching like conspiracy theories about bullshit. And then it was like, oh, what celebrities? And he was like, yeah, so had a blood sacrifice. This person did too. I was just like,
The blood sacrifices are called those.
God.
Something that I believed though, like early internet rumor, was Beyonce has halitosis. And that's the reason why Destiny's Child was breaking up.
That's funny.
Because they were tired of being in the booth with her.
Dang.
Oh, I got another one that a lot of people believe for the longest, that Ashanti couldn't sing.
That she couldn't sing?
Yeah, a lot of people used to say that shit.
Oh, but my theory, my conspiracy theory, if I had to get one on that, was that was a planted rumor from like, you know, because remember J-Lo stole a bunch of her songs and a lot of her songs were stolen by other artists. So that my thing is, I think that they were trying to start that as a rumor so that they could discredit Ashanti.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe that because you've heard her sing live.
Same thing with Michelle. People kept saying Michelle couldn't sing. It's like, no, she just She's the third person in a group of two powerful ass singers. And even on her own, she's a powerful singer.
Yeah, and even then, like
She did her
for Beyonce and Kelly, they have similar timbres because they're friends, they're best friends. They've been singing for years together, so of course they sound similar. Like they sound extremely similar. So when you bring in Michelle brought it in a different element. So a lot of that different element that you hear is fucking Michelle. Because there are some songs when I originally heard them, I thought it was all Beyonce, and I'm like, oh, there's Kelly. That part's Kelly. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. You know, and that's not saying that neither one of them can sing, because they can both sing. But what I'm saying is like when you are around the same thing over and over again, of course you're gonna start to sound similar or see similar things or whatever. But yeah, that was something I believed like for a while. I don't know if that rumor, like maybe we're starting something. Sorry, Beyonce.
That number's been there for a while.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing, my grandmother was on these. She would actually print them out like, for us to read. I remember that. There was one that was like there was a hellhole, like a hole that was in like Russia or something that they dug all the way down, and it went to hell. Like it went to like you would touch the bottom, and you could hear like voices of like demons and shit.
I mean, that hellhole technically still exists. It hasn't disappeared. It's just that it's just on fire.
For the listeners here, we both just looked at his crazy ass.
Like nigga what? Like,
So
gave him the nigga what?
there are several holes like that. The one that you heard in Russia does exist. It hit like a gas line though. It's a gas pocket, so it's always on fire.
Oh, okay. I can believe that. Okay.
And
I thought you meant like it was a
that
literal
is-
hellhole.
No, it's still burning now. That's why it's like it's called a hellhole, called a hell's pit.
Okay.
Nigga, what the fuck do you be searching at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Random ass facts. Don't ask.
Well,
It's weird as
okay. So since Bear had a really early ass flight that he had to leave at 5 a.m. for,
God.
he stayed up all night. So I heard this nigga listening to like in the videos that he was listening to.
I was listening like in the Halloween spirit, so I was listening to all, like the horror, like
Nigga, it's after
Things-
Halloween. Shit.
so it's still
No, honestly, Halloween for me extends like for the first like week or so after, like for me.
Is that why
it's,
the light
it's still
here
Halloween
was
season until like mid-November to me.
orange? Is that why the light in here was orange?
Yeah, it should have been red.
It was like a it was
No,
right here.
No, don't do red, please. I don't need a fucking silhouette challenge.
Well,
That is not what
It
I
was like
did.
this color right here.
I don't want that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
okay.
orange. I think it was orange because I think I put orange because it was a color that was the least disruptive, like for me to sleep in.
Yeah.
So that was for me. That wasn't because of him. But I red would have been fine, but because I did the silhouette challenge and I know Bear.
It was
I wasn't trying to be a
They
thing.
were like,
No.
flex. Go ahead and hit him with the flex, Bear.
Oh, the flex. God, this is our man. I've done it forever. Let's see how you do that.
But man,
Hey.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've seen this forever. Feels
like,
weird.
you know, death hoaxes. Like everybody was dying.
Mhm.
Beyonce died. Will and his son died at one point.
Oh,
Like yeah,
oh.
everybody
When I
died.
remember that I always thought as well was what they said like Tupac was in Cuba.
That's still a thing.
That's still
Oh,
thing,
I
Tupac.
still believe that.
And Elvis, Tupac and Elvis.
and Elvis are both in Cuba.
And then
That's
for the
weird.
longest, it was MJ too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were like, no, MJ's still alive, and it's like,
Still
I
alive.
wish. What
Well.
this nigga gonna do? Come out of the shadows and be like, I'm looking in the man in the mirror. Like, no.
And what was bad was like when he died was when all these things like the internet started to pop off. Like there was that video that he came out of the paramedic vehicle like and walked out. Like everybody said that was definitely Michael. I was like, even if it is, what does it matter?
Right.
Like that's what I never understood. It's like, what you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do? With it?
Like actually, like I could give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do? Hunt him down and make him make more music? Like,
Right.
So
Well, what?
Oh man.
There was like so much bullshit that used to come out, or like here's the one because it speaks to my inner child that they froze Walt Disney, so he didn't actually die.
She was just crying.
Really?
Under, and
That's
kept
still a
under
conspiracy, right?
It is, and kept under Disneyland. Yeah,
But they extended it. You know that, right?
yeah, they keep doing that one. It's
No,
like,
no, no. So, do you know the reason why they made Frozen and called it Frozen was so that when you search Disney's Frozen, the movie comes up and not the theories.
oh god,
That's hilarious.
That's the conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy theory on top of conspiracy
Right.
theory.
Yeah.
like, or is
Look at it later.
They say that like when you're like doing a movie for Disney, they bring you to a room with like everything that could turn into your like artwork, and they basically say that whatever you create will probably end up at Rule 34.
Oh, that's actually true.
Yeah.
I can actually mildly confirm that.
Okay.
That's a thing. They don't like take you to a room though. They just kind of like have a discussion with you just to let you know like, hey, don't get too attached. I mean,
It's incredible.
Yep.
it's rather incredible.
Rather incredible. What's gonna happen to her? Oh god.
So, I mean, and that's
It's probably
just
been like the worst so far.
that's wise. I'll be honest. I would say that's a wise thing to do because there are people who are very attached to what they create artistically. Like I love my photos. Like, I don't know. I mean, my photos are already too suggestive. So the only thing that you can really do to them is maybe like use them as Nazi propaganda. Or something.
We're gonna probably take your photo that you use for this, your cartoon character, and just Rule 34 that for you.
Yo,
You know what's so crazy though is I haven't looked it up and I'm scared to now.
it might exist already. You
I
never
don't
know.
need to. I don't need for that to exist yet.
Like we're gonna give you some cheeks.
we ain't famous enough.
You about to get them Chucky cheeks.
Man, no, man. God. But that's what I mean, because as an artist,
That
you
ain't
attach to your
simple.
work. You know that when you have that attachment to your work, especially when you work on children's shit, you know you want it to stay in the element that you created it in.
Yeah.
You know. But some of these niggas work quick. Like when they revealed the Buzz Lightyear trailer, within less than 5 minutes there was like porn.
I don't know. Niggas are like literally sitting there with the fucking drawing pad waiting. Like,
Right? Okay. That's fucking crazy to me.
like fucking
Oh, here's another one too. I'm sorry. Because it
Go.
reminded me because Chris Evans is also playing Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
But the whole thing right now, bullshit that might be true, is that Chris Evans is actually Christopher Jamal Evans. Like that nigga is black, and we all just fail to realize it for whatever reason. And that he's in a damn Derek, I see you, boo. He's in a relationship with
I hope you don't. Nobody's here.
he's in a relationship with Lizzo. Granted, that's all like social media, but people hope that. Yeah.
That'd be cool, but nah.
Doesn't exist. That'd be the most talented baby ever.
Yep.
God, rap, sing, act, play flute, and when they own it, they probably gonna learn how to dance and twerk. So,
It can't exist. It's too strong. It's too strong.
but I'm just saying, it won't. The Beehive,
Government's watching his moves.
the Beehive would not be able to control that relationship at all.
Right.
You know, Christopher Jamal Evans is gonna be the biggest hype man in the world.
Man.
Yep.
I think he's dating somebody else though, actually though.
Yeah, he is. Probably. Yeah.
I mean people, and here's the thing, I'm not gonna like gossip or anything like that because I don't give a shit. But yeah, no, that's the thing is like why I never understood the fascination with like who people are dating. Like,
People is nosy, man.
No, it's
but don't get me wrong, I think it'd be cool if Chris Evans and Lizzo were dating. That'd be dope, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, because it's something that it's such a stark contrast. You know, their personalities that like if let's say they got married and actually had kids, like bitch, how does that relationship work? Like it makes you wonder. Like you just that for me makes me ask questions, but anybody else, I'm not sure if I honestly care.
Plus, what they do for a living, though, too.
Yeah.
So it just kind of be like, because it's very rare. a rapper / singer dating actor or whatever.
Well, I guess I mean, I never really thought about that. Or when they do, they don't really like announce it. Like I think Jamie Foxx was like dating Kate Hudson.
True,
That was
like
never announced.
technically speaking, an actor. Acting can
That's true.
first before a musician.
Did it though?
He's an actor, comedian before he's a musician. Yeah.
You're right.
Remember,
Yes,
that's
the
not-
Jamie Foxx show came out before.
Yeah, before he was started singing.
Color.
Yeah.
It was Jim
Oh
Carrey.
shit. Yeah. I never realized that because he's such a talented person that he does not get the credit he deserves, like at all.
Nah, it's crazy.
Like I'm not saying he's like a genius by any means, but like he is.
Hey, he
really
this bird
talented.
that I was good for Ray. That nigga became Ray.
Yeah.
Yep.
So much so that he was able to adopt the
Oh,
style
speaking of
within
which.
his next albums and other songs.
Well,
Speaking of which, so we all know the black conspiracy that Stevie Wonder can really see.
yeah, I've heard that.
The worst part is that Stevie Wonder does not do anything to change anyone's mind. There are multiple stories out there on the internet.
Yes, that shit.
There's even the facts. There was a BET Awards back when we were all kids, and everybody should still watch that shit. They're probably like middle school age.
Oh, he said it.
And then Stevie got on stage. He was on stage performing, and he was filming his song. So he decided on his own that he was gonna get up from the piano and start dancing, perfectly in line with the dancers that were there to make sure he didn't like bump into anything. And I was like, what the fuck? Then you hear stories like, I remember years ago hearing a story about it was like Steve Harvey's birthday, I think, and they were working on the same radio station at the time in LA. And this is all allegedly if it ain't true, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Basically, Steve said he went to go check to see where his car was, and it wasn't parked in his usual spot. So he's all like looking for it, like where's it and everything. And then he looked over there. He gets a phone call, and Steve, she was like, "Yo," he's like, "Oh, can't talk right now, Steve. I'm looking for my car." He's like, "Well, look over the edge." So he looked over the edge. Steve's sitting in the car with the window down in the driver's seat. So I'm like, "Hey, I found your car." I'm just like, Stevie, you should not like. Shaq said there's a video online too on YouTube of Shaq saying that he got in the elevator once with Stevie, and Stevie realized it was him, and Stevie was by himself. He didn't have anybody walking with him to make sure he didn't like do anything. He just got in the elevator, didn't even say anything. And Stevie was like, "Oh, hi, Shaq." It's like, the fuck can this nigga see?
Well,
Maybe
these
he's not
superhuman
actually
secrets.
seeing. Maybe that's the thing. Is like because for
Said
example,
that,
People believe
I
people see.
I could recognize people by their body odor.
True. Well, of course, he can definitely do that.
No, I'm not saying that because I think
His senses are high.
it depends on what people need to stop with that fucking rumor. That's not true.
They love that rumor. They love
I know they love it, but stop.
Stevie
They
does.
need to cut it out.
Steve, he does too.
No, but
Steve, how do you say
it
that?
depends on what you pay attention to, because you can train your senses to be slightly stronger. That's a true fact, but they're not just automatically stronger.
Yeah.
And like for example, like I pay attention to smells, and I also pay attention to what I hear. So I like, for example, like they're like, oh, there's auditory learners. Also, that's not very fucking true. It depends on what you want to pay attention to, guys. Learn your learning.
Mhm.
Learn.
Like it depends on what you pay attention to. Like when I was growing up, I couldn't see very well. I didn't know that until like 6th grade. So I was always using my sense of smell and my sense of hearing to get around. Like it just depends on what the fuck you're paying attention to.
Yeah.
I'm not as keen on it, especially with my nose now, because I can recognize things. Like for example, I can smell when people are sick. And if you're one of those people, please comment, because I nobody gets it. Like there's a sick smell. Like you know what it is. If you know, you know.
What's my lip rub or something?
No, it smells like sick. I can't. It's undescribable because I can't. There's no other smell that smells like that.
What do old people smell like that?
Old people actually smell old. There's a very consistent.
I thought they
old people
smelled like clit. I thought they smelled like clit.
It smells like
Nothing
clit here.
don't.
No.
That's always gonna stay
Wait,
there.
was that your boy Grant that, or
Yeah.
excuse me, G baby? G baby, that's it.
What's up,
G-Baby.
G baby? Shout out to G baby.
That's my G baby. You cute.
Yeah, G baby's dope.
Man, they smell like clit.
That was a funny game of Cards Against Humanity, man.
That was super cool. But yeah, it's what the fuck you pay attention to. Like, and you can choose what you pay attention to. People don't understand that. Like for example, if you really want to learn something, you can fucking learn it. And I almost wholeheartedly believe that. I say almost because there's an asterisk there. There are people with learning disabilities and people whose brains are wired vastly differently than the average person.
Some people are just stupid. Okay. So
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if you really want to, I think you really could. I mean, it's about even like learning languages and stuff like that. If you really wanted to learn it, you could. I know that it is harder, like with an adult mind that is set or is beginning to settle a little more, but it's still possible. You know, if you really want to go do something, go do it. Just do it. But man, what other rumors or what other like things were bullshit?
Like bullshit that could be true. What about you, Bear?
Let me see. What else is there? Oh, I guess we're on the topic, I guess, of it. I guess around the internet time, that's when all the Bigfoot shit really just came out, like, out of there. Like, what do you think about that? Like, I always thought that shit was just like somebody in a fucking costume, but I mean, I don't know. I didn't go out in the woods when I was younger. Like, fuck all that shit. So I wouldn't be anywhere out there. But
I can say that maybe it's real. I think it's both. I think that people have like fucked it over because they do wear the suits and stuff like that, and I think that it could possibly be real. There's a potential. I feel like I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
Same thing with Nessie.
That's true. And the fact that people still be finding bones nowadays and be like, what the hell?
Oh, okay. On the same vein, remember those mermaid things that they found a mermaid carcass?
Oh man, I remember that.
I don't believe that was
Bro,
it ended up being a hoax, but still.
So do you remember those? So it was like Shark Week 2012 because it was like my sophomore year of college, and they had that one episode of fucking mermaids that made no fucking sense. It was all like CGI, this bullshit. Trying to perpetrate it was true. This is on Discovery Channel, and it was to the point that was so crazy. They had a whole fucking like Yahoo News article about the shit. Other people too were talking about how the fact that like they literally try to perpetrate this shit as being real, and it's like, bruh, we know mermaids are not a thing. You over trying to talk about an ancient war between the mermaids that caused some of them to be humans and the other ones to just go deeper into Atlantis type of shit.
That like marked the downfall of Discovery Channel, to be honest.
No.
Because Discovery, when we were younger, I mean, it wasn't really just a channel. They had a magazine and stuff like that.
Irwin was shit.
Like it was actual
Steve
like
Irwin.
it wasn't like sensationalized shit. Like it was like facts and shit, like fun shit. Like, but I think they ran out of real life shit to talk about, so then they had to start talking about mermaids and aliens and
if you think about it too, like when you would watch like Shark Week, they run out of videos, and so you start watching shit about alligators and killer whales. I was like, this ain't got nothing to do with a damn shark. And the footage is the same. Like they use the same shit from the early 2000s to now. So they ain't like some people like, oh, it's Shark Week. Like, bitch, saying about a new video since like 1983. Like, don't get me excited for that shit. Like,
This
that
is
shit don't hit the same.
facts.
Don't.
Damn, you ain't never lied.
Yeah.
Don't you ever lie to me about Mike Shark Week used to be legit. Now I'm just like, man, fuck Shark Week
Right.
and Go Mermaid.
Man, so on that bullshit vein, on this whole bullshit topic, Bear, what is on your not this list?
Probably this year's Shark Week. We're on that. No, actually, it was actually high key garbage. I'm not even gonna lie.
Just this year's Shark Week, or just every Shark Week?
Just this year's Shark Week kind of hit a little harder, I guess. Cause they had like Tiffany Haddish on this, I think.
Yeah, like, trying to get Tiffany Haddish on.
Yeah, and I was just like, why though? Why have her do the Shark Week thing? She could have done something like, I would say, a lot more beneficial. I mean, I guess she did okay, but it was just no. It was not the business. It was just silly. Just like this feels like it's like, you know how you always say like 2 steps up and 3 steps back. I feel like we took 1 back. It's like it was. I was a little like, I was like, man, why'd you even? I guess
She was trying to secure the bag, bro.
I can respect that, but it's just like, damn, why y'all gotta do her like that, bro? This is garbage.
So what's on your instead then?
Yeah.
So my instead then is you should just go fucking watch old videos of fucking Steve Irwin, like fucking jumping on shit. That shit is fucking hype as shit. There's always the business, because he gonna run through a fucking bush and the camera have to keep up with his ass. Be like, oh, I got jump. Oh.
Like this is like house calls to like America. Like
fuck yeah. That shit is super cool. But yeah, it's just that's what it used to be. Used to be super sick. But now it's like, no, it's not what it used to be. I mean, I hate saying that because that just makes me feel old as shit. But it really is. It's just a generational shift. But it's like, God, some things just get shittier over time. And that's one of those things, unfortunately.
Fucking A. You know what also gets shittier over time? Moogie's $1 Million Niggas games. What is on your $1 Million
What are you talking about? These have not been shitty. You just shitty. These ain't been shitty. Thank you. So, anywho, because people like Barry, they need a special someone. And I feel like this is going in like 2 different directions, but either way, it can be all together, honestly. So basically, we doing, it's gonna be called Can I Holler, right? Can I Holler? And the whole premise is, so it starts out as a dating app, right? But it's different. So basically, everybody has, like, you put on a dating app or whatever, and you get like, it's a paid app too, so we ain't doing no shit for free. It's probably gonna be about $1.99, actually $4.99 to download, $4.99 to download. So basically, in this though, you gotta have 5 people on your list that you like, right? Mm-hmm. And on those 5 people, you gotta, like, those are the people that you gonna meet for the speed dating portion that you do actually in public. So you like just say like, oh cool, you like it, if you got some similar interests, and then at the end of the week you gotta put like 5 on it, right? So then on Saturday, then you gonna come together in one general location and have a speed dating thing where Concept's gonna be the host, and Bear, he just gonna have to continue to be on the app until he can find somebody to date at a slower pace. So and even when you get there to the event, we gonna be selling alcohol and everything. So, I don't drink and I got a heavy hand, so you might be fucked up. So shit, it's gonna be cool. The concept's gonna be making sure you keep up and you move around and slide to the left, slide to the right type shit, and make sure the music is good and shit. But it's gonna be a whole active ass function. And so to come there is free. Everybody gotta get a drink though. So that's the whole thing. Get a drink, and then that's cool, even if it's just like water or juice. I don't give a fuck. But basically, yeah. So we're trying to help Bear not be as lonely. Other people out there too. So it's gonna be called Can I Holler?
I actually like this one. Okay.
Thank you.
I like it.
See,
I don't really have many holes.
Wow, that's a first.
Yeah. I mean, there are just logistical things, but that's you can't plan for that shit. That's something that's not something you can plan for. So
exactly.
It took you till season 2.
Oh, don't think that it's gonna be like safe and simple, like on the top. Just gonna be some.
No, but I'm just saying, I'm to season 2.
It ain't gonna be like speed dating, like no, like it's gonna be speed dating square dance, or one session square dance, and the next session it's gonna be a rap battle. Next one's gonna be like you got a crumb. Oh yeah, you gonna come in there looking cute, and you gonna leave looking busted. Like that's the whole premise.
It's just not even announce it either. It's just gonna be like, all you're gonna hear is Bad Man School, Crook, Terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Because like think about it though, because everybody be like, oh well, damn, she look cute with like makeup on, he look cute with like all his like shit on. But what they look like when they just chill at home? Boom, now you know. Shit. I'm like, oh, I can't dance. I don't care.
No smoke screens, nigga.
Especially because y'all gonna be inebriated too.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like you, and here's the reason why I like this one, and it's also the simultaneously the reason why somebody might not like it. I'm not saying me because I can see why somebody wouldn't like it, because you create put people in a vulnerable state, not just because the liquor is an element, but you also are putting people and doing things that some people aren't comfortable doing. So if you could see somebody, doing something or trying something that they wouldn't normally do, and you're attracted to that shit still, there are elements that you did something without even realizing it.
You're welcome.
Like, how they have that Noom app that, talks from psychology and food and shit. Like you did that for dating. Like you didn't realize that you did it, but you did it. And also, we're not sponsored by Noom, but Noom, hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. You pulled the facade down for like all the little dating shit. Like you're like, there's no BS. You're just like, all right, go do this whole.
You gonna be
He's like, hold down.
You might go home funky.
Yep.
Like, it don't matter.
Yeah. But I bet you're gonna have fun. You be like, oh, hold down, I'm down. Fuck it, where my boots at?
It might be. I might even do like you gotta roast people, but nicely, so it's nothing but compliments.
Yeah, we used to do that in high school. And remember, they used to get mad. They used to get mad, like, man, nigga, your mama's so nice.
What's with that?
That type really nicely that I do.
Damn.
Them shoes look fine.
So you shine your shoes, nigga? Damn. Oh, oops.
Like, oh shit. And you got the black socks? Ooh.
Man, they really like nuked us when it came to like individualized elements of our identities.
Right.
They're like, no identity for you.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
that I had to wear a uniform or like a shirt and tie all over again. I'm like, fuck no. Like, no. Like, I did that for 4 years and I hate it.
Yeah, it's polos all the way now. Fuck all that shit.
Here's my thing about that. And I think we talked about this briefly, like when I was there, but like if you're judging somebody based on what they're wearing, like their tie isn't the right tie, or like they're not wearing the right shirt, or they don't look quote unquote professional enough, you're talking, and you can't say you don't judge people. You can't, because you're literally judging somebody
on that.
But they're not in professional. And
there's a double standard on that.
And
it's fucked up.
The whole thing is that the workspace always changes too, so it always depends on where you at. Because I mean, people have like uniforms all the time. Other people wear casual shit. So it's like,
the only time you can judge somebody for the clothes they wear is at a strip club.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or fashion show.
Or a fashion show.
Because the intention is to judge the.
That's when you judge the designer. Like some of the shit they putting out, and it's like, oh, this is fashion. Bitch, you wearing a shower curtain.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's a shower curtain.
Y'all, we need to go to Paris, and we need to do this. Because these people make $20,000 for a $3 Target curtain.
We don't even have to go to Paris. All we have to do is just get like a live stream going when it goes on, and then we just be like, okay.
No, I want to do it in person with all the cameras and shit.
You know, if you want to see us critique, like,
random shit
and shit like that, let us know, because we will roast the fuck out of people you think is proper. Hell, and we will have a whole session roasting the fuck out of Kanye shit. Like, that'll be a whole 3 episode special.
Not even much effort in that.
The amount of bullshit.
3 episodes? Damn.
That's a lot.
I'm just gonna get tired of talking about him.
This shit is true, but the amount of bullshit that's gonna come out of our mouth about how stupid his clothing line is and how motherfuckers be like, this nigga be like, oh, he bringing out a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and I was like, bruh, like his slides. I'm like, everybody really want his slides and shit, and they're like, oh, they comfortable, but I'm like, they are ugly as shit.
His shoes, all of his shoes are ugly to me. I'm sorry. If you have the Yeezys, I'm sorry.
Fuck you, because I have a pair.
I don't care. They ugly.
They're comfortable.
Oh, but see, you can't talk about other people if you.
No, I said the slide.
You a hypocrite.
Slide.
You a hypocrite.
His slides. Hold on, no. This is why I hate his slides. His slides legit look like, like basically Barbie toes. Like just one big Barbie toe, like half poking out. It looks like a toe from the front, and how it's gonna squish your feet together looks like a whole Barbie toe.
All his shoes, his actual shoes, look like little children's drawing of clouds.
Bitch, ain't nobody praying for you.
They on his head.
Hey,
That's,
man,
literally,
like,
that's literally what they look like. Little kid.
hold on,
jumps up
all
in the
like
clouds.
sweaters and shit like that be like all kinds of like ugly. They always the same shade of green, light brown, and mustard like brown shit.
So like camo.
Here's the other side of it though. Is like, I will never claim not to be like judgmental. Because here's the thing, I'm judging something at some point in time.
I'm an asshole.
I'll just say I'll be indifferent to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like, because like I said, like, for example, you know, I mean, I do own a business. I don't really have employees, but let's say if I did, I mean, as long as you're not coming to work looking like a bum, smelling like crap, you know, I don't necessarily care. As long as you're put together, like you're wearing clothing that is not showing your ass cheeks, you know, and like, unless you're one of my models, in which case there's variation on that, but
As long as you don't put your ass cheeks on his white kid.
Yep.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
They're the all supposed to be jocking it. He can't have that.
Oh man. But yeah, no, I just like, you can't say you don't judge people if you judge people, you know. And there's a lot to say about that. I mean, we could have a whole episode on like things like the worker shortage and like people don't want to work, but you know, people do want to work. They just don't want to work for shitty work, like wages, and for people who don't give a fuck about them.
Living in the 80s. So, yeah.
Like, here's the thing. No, I'm just gonna say this, and you can dive into it. You can crucify me. I don't give a shit. Companies don't give a shit about you, bro.
Of course they don't.
They don't.
Like, there's some
They
people.
got a-
Some
they
people at the company might care.
They have a whole department geared toward like keeping documentation on you, preparing to fire you, preparing to put on a tip. If you don't know what that is, look it the fuck up. And at the same time, making sure to sever ties from you when you become a liability.
Like, I mean, and this isn't even alleged. I'm not gonna say where I was working at the time, but I mean, I even knew somebody who was being stalked at the job that they were working at, and they got fired because they were being stalked. Like, what the fuck,
He's like, I don't want to
One time in band camp, okay.
man?
Oh man.
But that's what I'm trying to say, is like, these people don't care about you. Individuals at the company might care about you, and that's great. But you got managers that either, if they do give a fuck about you, great. But then you have the managers that think that they basically own the place and they don't. And they will defend it like they think that it's all theirs and shit. And then they'll be like, well, you can just go. Like, no, just
No.
stop it, bro. You are middle management, and that is where you crest. That's where you plateau.
Damn.
Like, you're not getting any higher, and the people above you don't give a shit about you either. I'm sorry.
In other words, he said you suck.
Yeah, you fucking suck. You fucking suck, and you're defending
I
something
said
for no
fuck,
fucking reason.
bitch. That's T
Yep.
E K.
Stuck. You got one
Well,
evolution.
you suck and you stuck.
That's all you got.
You suck and
One
stuck.
evolution.
But yeah, I mean, I just want to put that mini PSA out there, just because if you might need to hear that today. Like, the place that you've been dying for, the place that is draining you and keeping you from your family, the place that is like, that makes you feel anxious whether you go or you don't go to work, they don't care about you. They don't get anxious about whether you're there or not. I mean, your immediate managers might, but anybody else, they don't give a damn. You're just kind of a person, like a pawn. You're less than a pawn. Shit, a pawn can move.
Right.
Like, I'm
You
sorry.
just a bored everybody.
You can be replaced.
over and shit.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is like, know your worth.
Yep.
And that's gonna be my message for today. You know.
For sure.
Yep. So if you didn't learn anything,
Shut the fuck up. Don't be a bitch. Concept be having TED Talks and still look like a bitch. Don't be a concept with your Hey Arnold mustache looking ass. Oh.
I gotta be Roger, man.
Shit. You know what? At the same time, Beard, don't be laughing with your Eugene looking ass. Either you the ball. No, you look like the butcher. There we go.
Yeah. I was like, you know me, Eugene. So what? I
Yo,
don't have a hair.
Mark looking ass. And then at the same time, you know what, people? Hug a bitch.
All right. And yeah, you know, only you can prevent bullshit. Don't be like this Helga looking nigga down here.
So prevent your word bullshit.
Yep.
Deuces.
Fuck
Doses.